Hello and welcome to this crochet bunny tutorial. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet this bunny. Let's get straight into it. So the materials that you will need are a crochet hook. I'll be using 3mm, but you can use whichever is appropriate for your yarn size. A yarn needle, scissors. I'm using 12mm safety eyes. For your yarn, you'll need the color that you want to make your bunny in, as well as a different color for the nose. I'll be using white for the nose. I'm using Hobby Toucan fine yarn, but you can use whichever yarn that you like. If you use a bigger size of yarn, then your bunny will just turn out bigger. And finally, you will need stuffing. So first of all, you're going to grab your main color for the bunny, and we're going to begin by crocheting the ears. So we're going to start off by making the magic ring. So I use the 2-chain method to do the magic ring, and how I do that is I make a slip knot, and then I chain 2, so 1 and 2, and then I'll put my single crochets into the first chain, and that will act as my magic ring. So for our first round, we are just going to be doing 6 single crochets into the magic ring. And you can just pull on your yarn tail to tighten your ring. Now that you've done this, for the next round we're going to do 6 increases. So we're going to do an increase into each stitch, and that'll take us up to 12 stitches in total. An increase is doing 2 single crochets into 1 stitch. Now I'm going to grab my stitch marker. I'm just using scrap yarn as my stitch marker. Now for the following round, we are going to do single crochet, increase times by 6, and that'll take us up to 18 stitches. So a single crochet in the first stitch, an increase in the second stitch, and then you repeat that pattern all the way around. Now that you are at 18 stitches, we are now going to single crochet for the next 2 rounds. So from rounds 4 to 5, we will just be single crocheting all the way round. Now for round 6, we're going to do single crochet decrease times by 6. This will take us down to 12 stitches. Now we are going to single crochet for the next 2 rounds. So from round 7 to 8, we will just be single crocheting round. Now for round 9 and the last round, we are going to decrease 6 times. This will take us down to 6 stitches. So now to finish off this ear, we're going to be single crocheting through the top. So I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to flatten this piece so that you can clearly see both halves here. And I'm going to grab my hook and we're going to go through the next stitch here. So just the following stitch. And then we are going to go straight across to the opposite side and put our hook through there as well. So like this. And then we're going to single crochet. Now we'll go into the following stitch and take our hook and bring it straight across to the other side so you can see it's through both stitches here. And once again we'll single crochet. Now we'll go through the final 2 stitches and we'll single crochet. So basically what we've done here is we've single crocheted across both halves so that when we are single crocheting the ear into the body later on, it will make it much easier to single crochet through here. So we just need to leave a short tail as we won't need to sew this on. And we can finish off by pulling through. Now you will need to make one more ear just like this so that we have 2 ears in total. So once you have your second ear, we can now move on to the body. So once again, you're going to grab your primary color and we're going to start off by making a magic ring. And now we are going to do 6 single crochets into our first chain or our magic ring. Now for round 2, we are going to do 6 increases, and this will take us up to 12 stitches. Now for round 3, we are going to do single crochet, increase times by 6, and this will take us up to 18 stitches. Now for round 4, we are going to do 2 single crochets and an increase times by 6. This will take us up to 24 stitches in total. Now for the following round, we are going to do 3 single crochets and an increase times by 6. This will take us up to 30 stitches. Now for the final round of increases, we're going to do 4 single crochets and an increase times by 6. This will take us up to 36 stitches. So once you've done that, get your ears ready to the side as we're going to be using them in the next round. We're going to be crocheting them on. So just pop those to the side for a moment. So for the next round, we're going to start off by doing 23 single crochets. So go ahead and do that. So once you've done your 23 single crochets, we're now going to crochet the first ear on. So you're going to grab one of your ears and you see which side the tail is coming off. That is where we are first going to go into the first stitch. So whilst your hook is still on the body, we're going to put our hook into this first stitch where the tail is coming out of here. So just put our hook through the ear. And now, simultaneously, we're going to be putting our hook through the next stitch of the body. So just find your next stitch here. So I found mine right here, and I'm also going to be putting my hook through there. So you can see right now that I've got my hook through the next stitch of the body and the first stitch of the bottom of the ear. Right there. And now we are just going to single crochet through both of those. So there's your first single crochet. Now you're going to find the next stitch of the ear. So right here, just put your hook into that and the next stitch of the body. So here we are, and then single crochet through both of those. Now for the third stitch of the ear, put your hook into it and then the next stitch of the body and single crochet. So you've now single crocheted your first ear onto the bunny. Now we're just going to single crochet 3 times without any ear. So 1, 2, and 3, just into the next 3 stitches of the body. And we'll grab our second ear. So we're going to be doing the exact same thing. So you'll put your hook into this stitch that the tail is coming out of in the ear. And at the same time, you'll put your hook into the next stitch of the body and single crochet through both of those. Now put your hook into the next stitch of the ear and the next stitch of the body and single crochet. Now the final stitch of the ear and the next stitch of the body and single crochet. And now we are just going to single crochet into the following 4 stitches of the body. So you've just gone ahead and you have single crocheted your ears onto the head. So this is going to be the front of the bunny, where we'll put some safety eyes later. And now we can continue on to the next round. So the next round is going to involve doing some bubble stitches. And the bubble stitches will act as the little feet for the bunny. So I'm going to show you how to do them as we go round. So I'll work with you as we go round. So we're going to start off with just 5 single crochets into the body. And now we're going to do our first bobble stitch. So I'll show you how to do it. So first of all, we are going to yarn over. Now we are going to go into our next stitch and pull yarn through so that you have 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops so that you have 2 loops on your hook. Now you'll yarn over again, go back into that same stitch, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops. Now you should have 3 loops on your hook. Now you'll yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull through, now yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, and you should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Now you should have 5 loops on your hook. So to finish off the bobble stitch, we're just going to yarn over and pull through all 5 of those loops. Now immediately we're going to go into the next stitch and we're going to single crochet, and then we can just pop out the bobble stitch just like that. So you've just done your first single crochet back into the body, and now you need to do 4 more of those. So 4 more single crochets. And now you need to do another bobble stitch. So you are going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops so that you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull through, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook so that you have 3 loops. Now you're going to yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull through, yarn over so that you have 4 loops on your hook, so you just pulled through 2 of those loops. And then finally yarn over, go back into that same stitch, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops so that you have 5 loops on your hook, then yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Now immediately single crochet into the next stitch, and we can pop out this bobble stitch just like that. Now to finish off the round, we are going to do 24 single crochets. So this is what it looks like from the front at the moment. You can see the 2 little feet. And now what we are going to do is we're going to single crochet for 4 rounds. So from rounds 9 to 12, we are just going to be single crocheting round. So once you have done your 4 rounds of single crocheting, during the next round we will be once again doing the bobble stitches for the feet, but this time I will not be showing you how to do them. So for round 13 we are going to be doing 5 single crochets, 1 bobble stitch, then 5 single crochets and another bobble stitch, and then 24 single crochets to finish off. So if you feel like once you've done your bobble stitches that they are not lined up with the round back here, then you may need to adjust by a few single crochets. For example, you could start off with 3 single crochets instead of 5 if you need your bobble stitch to be earlier if it doesn't line up. This could be due to tension changing while you're crocheting. But try and ensure that your bobble stitches are lined up with the one from the previous round. So this is that round completed. You can see my bobble stitches are lined up on the bottom. Now we're going to pop our safety eyes in. So if you don't have safety eyes, then feel free to embroider your eyes. Crafting in Glory has a great tutorial on her Instagram. So we're going to want to make sure that our safety eyes are lined up below the ears and sort of in line with the feet. So the middle should go down here and the safety eyes should be on either side of that. So I've got mine approximately between rounds 5 and 6. And I've just put mine slightly below the center, as you can see. And I think this gives it a little bit of a cuter look, having the eyes slightly down lower. And now I'm just going to clip those in using my safety eye backings. So I've just clipped those in, so now we can move on to the next round. So now we are going to be single crocheting for the next 2 rounds. So from rounds 14 to 15, we're just going to single crochet round. So now we're going to start decreasing. So for the first round of decreases, we're going to do 4 single crochets and a decrease times by 6. And this will take us down to 30 stitches. Now for the following round, we're going to do 3 single crochets and a decrease times by 6, and this will take us down to 24 stitches. For the following round, we are going to do 2 single crochets and a decrease times by 6. This will take us down to 18 stitches. So now we are going to add some stuffing to the body. So we're going to grab quite a bit of stuffing and we're just going to begin stuffing the body. Once you've done that, now for the following round we are going to do single crochet decrease times by 6. Now for the following round we will do 6 decreases. So now we're going to begin increasing again just so we can make the tail. So for the following round we are going to do 6 increases and that'll take us up to 12 stitches. Now we are going to single crochet round for the next 2 rounds. So we're just going to add a little bit of stuffing to this tail. And now for the final round, we are going to do 6 decreases. And now we're going to leave a bit of a tail for sewing this shut. And we'll finish off by pulling through. So we're going to grab our yarn needle and we're going to sew around here in the front loops only to close it off. So we're going to go into the first front loop and then out of the next front loop, and then into the next front loop, and out of the following front loop, then into the next front loop and out of the next front loop. And you pull that tight to close it off, and then you can just bring the yarn through to a random point. And then you can just cut this tail off, just like that. So right now, this is what the bunny looks like. And the last thing that we need to do is embroider the nose. So I'm going to use my white yarn to embroider the nose. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring the yarn in from the side, and we're going to bring it to the very center right here. So once you've brought it to the middle point, we're just going to want to bring it straight down so we can create the first line of the T shape that we're making. So we're just going to bring it straight down to here, and then we're going to bring it up to here at the same time. So just like this, so that we can do the other line of the T. So there's the first line of the T there. And now we need to go across a few stitches here to create the second line. So we're just going to bring it across to here, and we'll bring it straight back to where it just was. So just like that. And now we are just going to go across that line one more time, the top line. And then we'll bring it back to its original point. So this is what the T shape looks like. And now we need to leave a small tail on both so that we can tie these two together and then chop them off. So we'll just cut these two yarn tails off once we've tied them together and poke them inside. So this is the completed rabbit. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you did enjoy it, then make sure to subscribe as I upload new free tutorials every week. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!